I'm going to tell you exactly what the inner child is. To get this understanding of the inner child is massively important. As crazy as it sounds, the inner child is not actually a child. The inner child is a part of you. The best way that I've heard it be described before is it's like a container inside of you. It's a part of you. It's the part of you that has your imagination, that's very playful, like a child. But it's this part of you. It's the part of you that has these qualities. These are the qualities that we see as childlike, childish, let's say. And this is where society gets it so wrong. If I was to ask you the difference between an adult and a child, you could say something like, well, an adult, has a job, they're very serious, they don't get time to play. It's not all about fun. It's all about, I need to make sure that I pay the bills at the end of the month. I need to make sure that this is done and that's done, and I've got to be an adult. Stop being childish. But realistically, that doesn't define an adult. That is just what we as a society have decided to define as an adult. But an adult is an older human being. A child is a younger human being. And to many degrees, older and younger human beings work the same way. We are human beings that grow older. We're not actually children and adults. At what age do you consider yourself not to be a child to then be an adult? 16? In some countries, 18 in some countries, 21 in other countries. We're all human. These decisions have been made by society, whether it's the difference between a child or an adult. Now, when we do inner child healing, or when we are healing the inner child, we're actually healing this part of ourselves, the container that we have rejected so much in our lives. As a child, we would be very playful and we would have very big imaginations, and we would get scolded for that. We would get shamed for that. We would get pushed away and rejected for being vulnerable, for being ourselves. And what we learn throughout our childhood is to reject these parts of ourselves, not only from being scolded and being shamed, but our desire to want to be an adult. And we look around and we see, what is an adult? Well, an adult is someone who's really serious and doesn't play around and doesn't do imaginations. They have to go to work. They have to be serious. Like everything's, oh no, they're adult. So in so many different ways, along with looking at everyone and seeing what's happening in society, we're learning to reject the playful part of ourselves, the creative part of ourselves. If you look and there's a child and a mother walking down the street, what is the difference? The difference is the child might be jumping in squares of the pavement, playing a game in their own head through the imagination that they have. They might be skipping, running around, and the mother is usually just walking down the road. Yeah, no, serious. Gotta be serious, because this is what an adult is. An adult is can't play, can't mess around, but they're both human. It's just the adult has been through the system that has taught her to reject these parts of herself. And the reason when we do inner child healing and we go back and we interact with these parts of ourselves and they are children is because any emotional distress that you experience without resolution, which is what emotional trauma is, whenever that happens, those aspects of you, those parts of you remain at the age of when it happened. And there were many times that happened throughout our childhood because we live in a time where people don't understand this, which is the emotional dark ages. People don't know how to be there for us emotionally. On your healing journey, a big part of your healing is to be playful, is to be creative, is to start using your imagination so much more than you ever have, because that's how you work. It's not childish, it's humanish. Whenever someone looks at another human being and they would have the traits of a child, maybe they might label them as childish. That's because they carry shame about these parts of themselves. So when they see that and that shame comes up, that's why they feel like that, which is why they say what they do. But we all have wounds regarding these parts of ourselves. A huge part of healing is to start playing again. Play in the way that you find fun. Do what you enjoy doing, what's fun for you. For some people that might be playing a sport. For other people, that might be being creative and drawing or painting. When you are playful, you are tapping into your joy. You are tapping into the higher vibrational emotions. It feels good for a reason. But this society is like, all right, that's enough. No more feeling good. Let's go back to work. Let's feel bad again. That's not what you've come here to do. You've not come here to live like that. You've come here to enjoy yourself.